Let's start coordination. Okay. So when you got something in your life, like someone hit you, okay, anything, anything happened in this environment, you will respond in any somehow. Sometimes you will run. Yes or no? Right? So if something happening, that is called the stimuli. In the technical term, what we call it as. Like example, a dog is behind you. Yes or no? Right? You'll say hi, hi, hi. Huh? Huh? Yes, you touch a flame. Yes or no? So these are all what do you call it as? Stimuli. Middle say last. Oh, nowadays. Heroes. Heroes are next time. Yes, sir. You are absent. What is stimuli? No. Not response. Any change in the environment, any action occurred on you, at you. Understand? That is question. Then how do you respond? It's called response. Called? So for every stimuli, our body will respond. Someone will respond very quickly. Someone respond some slowly. It depends upon the coordination system, how strong your brain. Understand? So how do you respond? How it is happening? How what see suddenly a car comes, you are driving a car. Suddenly a person comes. Even you don't know when you will apply brake. So how these are all happening? Let's analyze. Understand? Now we will do some experiment. Give that and I will poke him. This is the more. Okay. For example, if I poke anyone, how they feel? They feel happy, right? Let's or Hariki. How do you respond with it? Exactly correct. Will you try with Hrithik Babu? It should go inside.
Yes, sir. Full different completely.
Sorry. So how actually it happens is we will be having two kinds of nerve. How many cell systems? How many kinds of nervous systems? Two kinds of nerve. Easily you understand. Now when I beat you, what you will do? You will take off your hand. Well, how it is happening? Let's analyze. First one kind of nerve cells will be there. What they do is when something happened to you, anything in this environment, anything is anything. It can be visually happening, it can be you are hearing, you are smelling. Sometimes this is I like sweets generally. And I go from sweet shop and I'm going to sit there last and I'm going from this sweet shop. My mouth full of water will come. Immediately I got this sweet. Did you do anything? You didn't do anything. You don't like sweets. So these are all how it is happening. There are two kinds of nervous system. There. First nervous system is called sensory nerve. What called as? So what they do, their work is they carry information from all the sensory organs. What are sensory organs you have? Correct. All sensory organs, they carry information from sensor. What you sense to brain. That's it. That is carrying the information from sensory organs to
Brain.
those nerves are sense. What do you sense? If I beat you that nerves only sense information. Understand? Who are sensing information? Sensory nerve. Or it also be called as afferent nerves. What are called as? AFFERENT. Okay, fine. Now, if I beat you did something has happened. Where is the information now? Brain. Now, what brain will do is process it. Program already written by God. Okay. So, brain takes the decision. What to do. So, if I beat you, what you do? Someone will like that only will give. Someone will give like that only. Someone will take off their hand. Yes or no? Someone will shout, Ambo! Correct? It depends upon how brain process your data. The brain process the data. Yes or no? Now, brain after processing that, you should shout. Should you? So what it will do, brain sends the information to mouth. Very good. Brain sends the information to mouth. What is doing? The brain is sending information to. This is called response, right? And these nerves, these are different nerves again. Those are sensory nerves. These are motor nerves. What nerves these are called as? Motor nerves. These sends to the muscle. Which muscle? Again, I will ask now. Which muscle has to react? So that muscle information will be passed from brain to muscle. Brain to, for example, if I beat you, it sends information to your hand muscle to take off. What you will do? You will take off the hand. Muscle will do the action. Muscle will do the motor reaction. Motor reaction is, motor means what? It will move. If it sends information to the brain, sends the information to mouth. Mouth will open and you'll shout. Motor nerve. And in between the afferent and efferent, I mean sensory and motor, there is some more nerves required for the association. They're called association. Nothing will do. They just associate with the brain. That's it. There are mainly how many kinds of nerves are there? What are the names? Those are all I will tell. Don't worry. See, these are be like this. So these are sensory nerves. See there. These are sensory nerves. Diagram also important. These are motor nerves, and these are association nerves. Just they take care of the association of the afferent, efferent, brain, everything. Any doubt in this? Huh? Right. And where these nerves will be, how they carry the data. See, the action can be voluntary, the action can be involuntary, anything. Then what is voluntary, what is involuntary? Let's start. After this, we will talk, right? Okay. Okay, till now clear, na? Come now. After this, questions will be. Okay. Okay. How the nerves cells are special cells. These are located. Hello. I said that's a use can capture it. Nerves are special cells. They are only available situation in brain and spinal cord. You see these nerves are there. Where they will be available only in a superb superb speed means superb speed they carry them. Like current, they carry information in the form of current only. What? Electricity. Current. Current, how speed it will go? Do you want to test it? To test. One wire output. Experiment. So how they made it? So it have a head and tail. You read that first. So it have a mainly here actually two parts. See, first is nucleus. See, this part is there, no? Two types of okay. This head part is there and tail part is there. It appear like header. It is not written anywhere header. See, this is called nucleus, cell body. Okay, and which have some hair-like structure. So the word has gender. It have a nucleus in it and cell body in it, and it have a tail-like structure. Another part is tail-like structure is there. So this is called as axon. What it is called as? But actually, it appear like both are different. Dendroid and axon are appear like different. But when you see an nerve cell in under microscope, you can't even identify what is axon, what is dendroid. Very very small those are. So axon is there, no? Axon tail. The tail is that the tail made up of a special cell that is called as Schwann cell. Schwann. So that's why with that only you can identify. Axon and dendroid are appear same, but axon made up of with a special cell called that only, through that only like a current the data will flow like a current. Okay, through the axon, one axon to one dendroid to other dendroid, one dendroid to other dendroid, one dendroid to other dendroid. Then the data will flow. Okay. There is a small gap between every Schwann cell. That gap is called as node of Ranvier. Up to here, this is important. So what a nerve cell will be appear like? Nerve cell have two main parts. One is head and the tail. The head of made up of a nucleus, cell body, dendroid. Okay, and tail is called as axon. Axon is specially made with a special cell, Schwann cell. This Schwann cell is like which have a breaks in it, which have small gaps in it. That gap is called as that's it. And it has axon terminal. Now, how they talk, how they carry the information is, see, all the nurses are connected like this. One, see, first nerve cell. Its axon is connected to next dendroid. Next axon will be connected to next dendroid. Next axon will be connected to next dendroid. Like a wire. Like a wire, they are connected. The speed of current, very fast they carry the information. And you see, if I zoom it, here you see, there will be a small gap between the two nerve cells. Here gap they joined. Okay, there will be a small gap between two nerve cells. That gap is called as synapse. What it is called as synapse. Many times this object to ask this. What is synapse? Many times asked. For anyone this chapter exam completed, synapse asked. Every time they ask. Okay. Synapse is a gap between two nerve cells where the data, where the information pass in the form of current. Okay. Chalo. Any more doubts? So, huh? Huh? Nerve endings. So that only nerve axon terminal. Nerve endings. Chalo, it is written as nerve ending. Yeah. Clear? So this information, read this data, and how many you have? Almost 100 billion nerves in your billions. Where they are available? They are available in brain and what they carry? Information. High speed. Anything else? Is that clear? And how many kinds of nerve cells are there? Two. Three are there: afferent, efferent, association. These three discuss. Now let's start. Neurons, talk about neurons. So anything, any action, whatever you are doing, it is because of your brain processing the data. How the data will carry? Now this. Okay, explain the path. I only explain. First, what happens if I come here? I will poke you. Then you explain that. Come near. Now explain. Now explain. And won't send. Adila. Sense organ. Some sense organs sense carry to content. Now what happens? Correct only say motor nerve. And what motor nerve will do? Carry the information to muscle. Hand muscle. Now what you did is that hand muscle did. Good. Simple. That's it. Now let's talk about. So where is your hand? Where is your brain? See, if you, for example, if I bite you on like the data has to carry from like to brain. So hand to brain. Sometimes fire is there. For example, light is there. Suddenly small kids will be there. They even don't know what is fire is. So even you are there. When suddenly, when anyone you are cooking, or you are doing something, suddenly you touch your hot anything vessel. Did you see how fastly you respond? Super fast you respond. Super fast. How it is happening? It is not like this much fast. Like if I told you will shout right. That is not speed. When you touch any hot object, or you put your leg on any glass, any sharp object, how quickly you respond? Did you observe anything? Super fast. Those actions are called as reflex actions. Reflex actions, reflex are. Those are not processed by your brain. Those are processed by your spinal. Brain, what is first brain? Brain. What is second brain? Wrong answer. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. Your gut system, your digestive system is the same. Remember, very, very important object. Very important object. What is second brain? First brain is brain and spinal gut together. First brain. From right now, I'm saying, from starting, nerve cells are available at both the brain and the spinal cord. Both are connected at medulla oblongata. Okay, that is your first brain. Second brain is gut system, digestive system. Digestive system is so complicated, so complicated. At every point of time, which nutrient has to absorb, which nutrient has to be removed from your body. This decision, digestive system takes an autonomous body. It never asks brain what to digest, what to expel out. Digestive system takes its own decisions. It's a system which works autonomously. It's a second brain. Except that nothing, no organ has to take the decision. Very important bit it is. Generally, second brain, what they take a spinal cord, you will take care. But what is the second brain? Gut system. Gut system, we say. Okay. Chalo, we are leaving. Okay. Reflex arm. What is reflex arm? Is some actions which are involuntary. You are not involving in it. Which are involuntary. You don't even know when it happened. Those actions, some actions, they're very, very important. They're necessary to be taken at very fast, very quick response required. The reflex arc will take. Spinal cord itself will take the data. It is also same. Two nerves are required. What are the two nerves? Three nerves required. Afferent, efferent, association. Same here also. See, you see the data? Here detector. You are putting your leg on any sharp item. You put your leg there. Then sensory nerve sense it. It's quick response required. Then immediately it will process it by your spinal cord itself. Spinal cord is very nearby to the entire body. Spinal cord is from back of the stomach to end of the brain. Everywhere it is available throughout. Understand? See what it will. That's why fast response it will be. See, it will go the data to the spinal cord, and these nerves which are taking the data, see sensory nerve taking the data, spinal cord itself process the data and sends the information to the muscle. See, this muscle it is sending information. See, both the muscles it is sending information to take off the leg. See, the muscle immediately takes off the leg, and these muscles, these are called motor nerves. But who is processing? Very important. This action is called as reflex arm. Understand? Okay, now. So what are involuntary actions? Involuntary actions. When you go to school, you don't try here on our steps. You try at your steps. You generally, when you are running on steps means staircase. Steps. Don't try on this step. Generally, we will walk without even noticing the steps. At the steps, we will run or we will walk. Correct? We run on the steps. Generally, we run on the steps, right? Next time, not today on our steps. At your steps, you do. What do? You carefully observe the steps. Okay, where to put your leg? That you try to process it. What I'm saying, understand? You try to process it. Means here I should put my leg. That way you think and run on the steps. 100% you will fail. 100%. 100% if you properly think and run on the step, you will stumble on that step. Stumble means at least you won't even fall down, but feel like balance is missing. Stumble means a jhatka. 5. Hey, stand up, Amul. Why? Because it's a involuntary action already processed by your brain. Involuntary. You are not involving in the running on the steps. Running. Okay. And what are involuntary actions? What you do daily? Sneezing, blinking. Those are super involuntary, but at least what do you do? Huh? Maybe sometimes writing, walking. So some actions are there which you do not actually think. You don't think and do. You just do it. Huh. Within a super involuntary, like you don't even know, even know like breathing, okay, digesting, excretion, heartbeat, BP. These are all super. Medulla oblongata will handle it. Okay, those are not even your involvement is there. You can't even handle it. But at least you can handle it. Those are involuntary. Like kabhi you have been. When I will get up, when I will brush. Also, I don't know. After sometimes Sundays, kabhi I think did I brush today? You get that doubt. Many times, right? Even I got that doubt. Because it becomes like involuntary. Daily getting a okay, voluntary becomes. Okay, listen. So these are called as voluntary actions. Where general routine. You don't even think about it. If you start thinking about it, the data has to go to brain and come back. It takes time. Whereas voluntary actions handled by the spinal cord, super fast. Involuntary actions, like you are running on the steps. Those that becomes involuntary. You are not involving in it. That data processed by your spinal cord super fast. It's very nearby. Reflex arc is become. Whereas if you start thinking, the data has to go to brain. It takes time, so you stumble on the steps. So try. If you didn't try it any time, just try. Try to run on the steps, but think where to step. Just never try. You 100%. I many times tried. After reading this, I tried. Does it really happen? I didn't believe. It happened. It will happen. Huh? No, stumbles. You won't even. Why I will hold on the when I trying something new, we'll take at least precautions, right? I'll hold aside and we'll try. And you won't fall down. That is for sure. Balance you will miss. Stumbling. You will miss your balance. See, when you are running, you think and step. Think and step. Then sometime you will stumble. First time you may not, second time you may not, but sometime you will stumble. The same speed you should maintain. Chalo, fine. Okay. So there are two kinds of nervous systems are there. Central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system is brain and spinal cord together called as central nervous system. Peripheral nervous system is, I don't know, let me check. Communication between the central nervous system and other parts. Means your brain and your hand, your brain and your ear. These are all communication between them, between the central nervous system and other parts. It's called peripheral nervous system. Okay, it handles like all the. This is your brain. Okay, simple. Let's start. Huh? Okay, let's see. this brain and I have to ask. Today I will get. Shall we proceed? Huh? Not 10 minutes left. Brain. See that. Brain. Brain is in a very hard box-like structure called cranium. It protects our brain. If you talk about the weight of your body, most every organ, if you take the weight, in terms of weight, brain has the highest weight. Means talk about weight means weight per meter cube, means that in that size, if you take that much size, your entire that much size only, if you see density, brain has the highest weight of density. Okay, clear? It's made up of nerve cells only. So nerve cell have two parts now, body, cell body and axon, right? So upper layer, upper part of the body, like nerve cell will be like this. Nerve cell, tuta. Okay. Tail is inside. Nerve body, cell body is upward. Means the periphery of the brain made up of nerve cell only, cell body. Periphery, cell body will be inside, axon will be. Understand? If I give you 1 billion nerve cells, make a brain, I ask. Periphery, you keep at the periphery of the brain, cell body should come. And that inside, that nerves, that axon should come. Okay? Na? Clear? Clear? See, that is called, see, it is written here. Capillary, gray body. Brain contains two bodies, gray matter and white matter. White matter. Gray matter is at periphery, white matter is at center. Fine. Gray matter, white matter made up of axons and gray matter made up of cell body. Clear? Fine. The brain is protected with bony, very hard bone like structure called cranium. Not only that, 3 more layers will be there in your brain. How many layers? 3 layers. 3-layer protection our body gives you. Our human body gives you. 3-layer protection. 3 layers it will have. In that 3 layers, in the middle of the layers, a fluid will be present. Fluid. Why fluid will be? Which protect us from the jerks. For example, if you are packing any costly item, glass item, how do you pack? You will wrap inside a box. You are keeping in box. But even though if you are keeping in a hard box, you will wrap around, right? Bubble wrap you do. Why? Why? Because even any jerks comes, small jerks comes. When you hit the hard box is kept. If you hit the hard box, it should not damage my glasses. So that is called impulsive force in physics. What do we call it as? In physics, impulsive force. That force makes large damage. It will break even glass. Same way, our brain is protected in hard bony like box. But still, 3 more layers are there filled with the fluid. It protects our brain from small jerks, any jerks. Okay, and this fluid is called as cerebrospinal fluid. It covers your brain and spinal cord. Cerebrospinal fluid. Understand? And these 3 layers are called as meninges. Meninges. M-I-N-I-N-G-E-S. Okay, these 3 layers are called as meninges, and the fluid is called as cerebrospinal fluid. What it is called as? Chalo. There are three main parts of the brain: forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. Forebrain, upper layer, middle, and still some hindbrain, medulla oblongata. Chalo. Forebrain, what it will? Main things we do by forebrain only. The main, like it only receives the data from sensory nerves. It only responds to the motor nerves. Mainly forebrain will handle all the things. Or whatever your actions are there, daily actions. You want to shout, okay, you want to walk, anything. All are handled by the forebrain only at the most things. Where is your forebrain? Where is the name? Huh? Textbook forebrain adiya na? Your text CPSC textbook given, right? This upper part full is called as forebrain. Okay. Any one side. This is midbrain. This is medulla oblongata, hindbrain. Correct. Time pass textbooks are there. Okay. See. So it receives the sensory pulse. It respond to the information. Okay, your leg muscles, everything will be forebrain. What then midbrain will do? See, it handles involuntary actions. Midbrain and hindbrain together handles involuntary action. What is involuntary action? Automatically, when you see sweets, mouth water, it becomes. Who said to become watery? Hindbrain and midbrain handles. In the sleep only you will walk and press. I will press like that only. Everyone same. 5 o'clock tuition coming in the eyes closed only will be there, you will press. Okay. So they are handled with the midbrain and on involuntary action. Okay. And all your involuntary, like digestion, excretion, everything, without knowing whatever you are happening in your body, handled by the midbrain and hindbrain. And especially medulla oblongata handles the posture of your body, how to walk, how to stand, how to ride the bicycle, how to